Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
Yeah, and I hear that there have been some exciting new developments in Babe hair technology recently.
I know.
What can you tell me about that?
Check me out. I'm like, getting back to my blonde ambition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's part of a new program that I'm running for myself. It's called Pretending to Care.
Ah, PTC.
And you can do it too. And part of my pretending to care is forcing myself to do something with my hair, which will then sort of make me have to care about it more.
Have to care more about your hair?
Yeah.
So what's the concept here? Like, what are we trying to achieve?
Well, it's like I would like to have platinum blonde hair all over my head,
Yeah.
but I don't have the money or the time to achieve that. Okay, so this is sort of my like meeting in the middle. Okay, and so I like got party in the front, business in the back.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, so like now I have to kind of do my hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sort of try to make it look not so shitty.
Like get up in the morning and like spend like 2 hours getting ready and stuff? Like
No.
With the hot curlers and the
Not a chance.
And the flat irons and the hairsprays.
Yeah, not quite, but something like I'll spend more than 5 minutes on it. You know?
Well, I think especially during these trying times, it's very important to, I would say maybe even more important than ever, although it's always important, but to, take some time for self-care.
Babe, that is so true.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm probably not the first person to talk about this in this way. I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw Oprah talk about something similar.
Yeah.
Back in the day. But, yeah. Anyway.
So how do you like it?
Looks great.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's only been a matter of hours, but is it true what they say?
Yes, it is true. They say.
It is.
Yep.
So, guys that wear big shoes have big feet. Wait. I forgot how that joke works.
Oh, you're so funny. It goes like women who are in their 40s who dye their hair blonde instead of gray look younger.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing.
Gotcha.
And thereby, of course, have more fun because they're, outrunning death.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it worked for Marilyn.
Right? No, it
worked
didn't
for
actually.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Oof. Yeah. Do you think that am I going to have a true Hollywood story?
I guess Kim. Yeah, you might. I guess Kim Novak was not blonde.
No, I don't think so.
But it really didn't work out for her.
Yeah, Natalie Wood wasn't blonde either, and it didn't work out for her.
Holy shit. Which one was which? I think I've got them mixed up, maybe.
Natalie Wood was the one on the boat.
Okay. Robert Wagner killed her, and Christopher Walken was there.
Yeah, I haven't really delved into that. Are you delving in?
Oh, I delved.
And?
I delved at one point. Oh, yeah, there was an interesting podcast called Fatal Voyage, I think, or something like that. That was the true crime, like retelling and investigating of the Natalie Wood.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? Julie Andrews?
Kim Novak?
Kim Basinger? Kim Cattrall?
You're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, so it was like a re-examination. And they actually like reopened the case on that like in the early 20-teens, man.
What did they find out?
They haven't found out anything definitive.
Dang.
Yeah. The only hope would be if some eyewitness or something like that, or like materializes, or they're somehow able to get like DNA evidence or something, but that's
Yeah.
long gone. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I am an amateur, like a pro-am, I would say, like, private investigator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You and everybody else that listens to crime podcasts, huh?
Oh, yeah. I get on the keyboard. I mean, they don't call them keyboard warriors for nothing.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to stay away from that stuff myself. I can't handle it. It's too scary.
I appreciate how they've branched out into like non-murder ones.
Oh yeah.
Like there will be ones that are just about
like a traffic stop.
Yeah, or other no, not a traffic stop yet. Although there was that one that was making fun of oh crap. That was making fun of I think they did Atlanta Monster, but I can't remember the name of the first series or whatever. I don't think you heard any of it. But there was a podcast that came out that was like aping that whole genre of people who don't like. They're just like, I don't know what happened, but I went and talked to my grandma and she told me about this murder. Like, they're really like green.
Okay.
Seeming people.
Yeah.
I don't want to start like a major beef.
No danger on this podcast.
I don't have the time or the financial resources, to like to take care of that, to handle that in court.
Yeah.
Right. So. Mm-hmm. So I'm just kidding.
Oh, good.
I think that's the point.
All
was
right.
it funny? Did you laugh?
I did.
I don't know.
I did.
Again, it's a show for no one.
So, speaking of movies like Hollywood and whatnot,
Yeah.
We watched a new movie this weekend. We watched the Coming to America 2.
Yes, Coming to America.
Or however that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
what'd you think?
It was very silly.
It was super silly.
And I don't think I laughed as much in the second one as I did in the first one.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure why, because it had all the, pieces, right, to make it funny.
It had some good jokes.
Yeah. And I mean, it was very extravagant.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, it's like a million times funnier than I could ever be, but it's still like something was just like slightly off kilter for me.
A little bit.
And it's weird because they even did like funny stuff. Like they had like kind of a meta joke about like sequels, like being worse, and why not just leave them alone, type of thing. But then like we didn't even finish it. We turned it off soon after that. So that and like the bad CG, really just took me out of Zamunda, But like I think it's great. I loved Coming to America.
Yeah, we just rewatched it, and it holds up. It's so good.
As a kid, like when after that came out, I was like, I have to watch this because I saw like the part of it where they're like, he's like fighting
the stick
with, like,
fighting
with, like, sticks,
and you were like, oh my gosh, this is my jam.
Yeah, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and then I couldn't watch it because there's like boobs and stuff.
There's a few boobs. It wasn't too bad.
No, it was great. I mean, I'm sure I would have been jazzed about it then.
Oh, totally.
But like, maybe that's why I wanted to watch it.
Probably.
Just being a horn dog.
I remember seeing the preview for it too, and I couldn't watch it either.
I think it was more than a preview for me. I think like it was on because like my grandparents had HBO.
Oh.
Which was so, they would always have like movies that kids weren't supposed to watch.
Just on all day long.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where I got to watch movies. That's where I might have talked about it before, but that's where I saw RoboCop.
Ooh.
And the part where Murphy gets his whole like lower arm blown off, like as that gang of like people is like killing him.
Yeah.
Kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And that like freaked me out super bad.
Oh man.
Because it's like, I mean, it looks so hokey now, but it was like, oh, that's what would happen if somebody shot you at that range with a shotgun.
Oh yeah. I had all kinds of problems with stuff like that when I was a kid too.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was gnarly.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, there's fucking legs flying everywhere. Like, oh, this is great. Like,
I know. It's funny how we just accept it as reality.
Yeah, it's like a post Reservoir Dogs world.
Yeah, it's like you just accept the hacking and the shooting and the killing.
I guess there were other super gory movies though too, like Scarface.
Oh yeah,
has an early scene where somebody's killed with a chainsaw. It's just like crazy,
yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what other ones? I don't know if there was so much like dismemberment.
Well, I think
limbs.
Terminator was considered to be pretty violent at the time, and even Dick Tracy was like people complained about that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
because of the Tommy guns.
Yeah.
And he's like writing the name and the.
Well, that and just that they're always shooting people.
What did he write?
Dick Tracy.
Oh, because it was Dick Tracy?
Oh, like the bad guys were shooting at him.
Okay.
And then maybe it said like you're dead or something.
But wait, Dick Tracy got in there and shot a Tommy gun and like spelled something?
No, he shot back at the bad guys.
But so Big Boy.
Yeah. It was actually flat top. Okay, if you want to get technical.
Oh, it was flat top?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, and he definitely like wrote something on the wall with a machine gun.
He did.
See, that's crazy, man. That's like a rap battle like taken to the extreme. It's like I'm going to write my insult. What did he say? He's like fuck you, Dick Tracy or something. Like what did he write?
He probably
He's like you're dead.
You're dead, Dick. That's probably what he said.
You're dead, Dick.
They really like used that to death. The fact that his name was Dick Tracy.
Oh
yeah. They made.
Oh, you think that was on purpose?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, isn't it like an old detective like comic or something?
It
like
is.
That?
Yeah, and you would call a detective a dick. But we don't do that now.
Did it mean a penis at that point?
I don't think so. Oh, I don't know. For slang, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to get off on too many tangents here, but
yeah,
like,
you do.
Is like what about like spotted dick?
Are you talking about some horrible British dessert or something?
I don't know if it's a dessert. I don't know if it's sweet, savory. Maybe some of our British listeners can
I think
us
it's
up on the social media.
Pudding.
It's a pudding. Spotted dick.
I'll never eat it.
I mean, if you got a spotted dick, you better go to the doctor, man.
Yes.
If your dick's got spots.
Yeah.
Like.
The more you know. Yeah.
Yeah, we got problems. You might have chicken pox on your cock.
Well, that's good, babe. Oh, that was a good play on words. Nice one. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We got the life here, don't we?
So like all this Hollywood talk, have you been missing the movie theaters?
Yeah, I've definitely been missing the movie theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like probably a VIP member of the Cinemark Movie Pass Club.
I know. Think of all that popcorn you ate.
Oh my god, so much popcorn every time coming home, just like so salty.
Oh yes.
Like just oh man, like massive headache the next day. Even if I didn't have like any alcohol or anything, it's just like all the water got absorbed out of my brain.
Yeah.
Like I had
your brain turned into a
of
raisin.
Water on the brain.
Yeah.
If that's a literal thing. Can you get water up there?
Yeah, that's what they thought I had when I was a baby.
Because your head was so big.
Yeah.
But why do they call it water on the brain? Like,
because you actually get fluid on that like presses on your brain.
Is it blood?
Mm-mm.
It's water.
It's fluid. It's gross body fluid. It's like that stuff that your body makes when you have a blister.
Oh, okay.
Where does it come from?
I guess it just comes from you, man. Because we're like they all come from you.
Yep.
I'm told, and I've heard in health books and publications, circulars and periodicals, that we are a very high percentage of made of water.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Sir.
That's how you can do it. That's how you do it.
Yes. And if you eat too much popcorn, then you can't make any more water. See?
Yeah. I think we're truly embodying the ideal of the potpourri.
You mean in this episode?
This is yeah, not to like talk like inside baseball too much here. But like, yeah. This is definitely a potpourri show because I'm just
yeah, you are.
Free associating shit.
So
but yeah, okay, the movie theater. Yeah. I've definitely been missing the movie theater. I was a member of the club. My tickets rolled over. We could go see movies. I was basically going to like, see at least one a month, maybe like 3 every 2 months, I would say.
Yeah.
That's probably fair.
But I probably went once per year.
Yeah.
And which is
many of my viewings were like completely solo.
Yeah.
Solo missions.
That's partly because there's stuff I don't want to watch at the movies, and then also just because it's hard for me to go. But like it's sad because I was like a big time movie buff, for a while. I was really into seeing movies when they came out and like knowing about them and just watching everything, and I'm just so far removed from that now. But are you thinking about replicating that experience at home?
I would love to. I think you're never going to replicate it completely, although really thinking about it, it's like I could have a Zevia cola. I could make some popcorn, which would be really, really good. And I wouldn't have to leave the house. See, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the masks and all this.
Well, right. There's all that problem, too.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, hey, why don't we get, like, a giant screen TV and put it in here? Because that's our main activity. We're essentially just, like, addicted to watching TV.
You and me?
I mean, maybe not.
I think that's a little bit...
in comparison to many other people.
I think that's a little bit of an overstatement because this TV does not turn on in the daytime.
It's true.
Okay. Like,
yeah,
at all.
We never have it on. It's only at night. So we're addicted to doing it every night.
Okay, but for like 3 hours maybe most nights.
That's true.
Okay.
It's probably very low in the grand scheme of how much
Hey,
people...
you know what? I'm going to pull a Fran Lebowitz here and I'm going to be like, I don't feel guilty about experiencing some pleasure. So how about that?
I don't either. And so that's my pitch. That's what I'm saying here, is that we need to get a bigger TV. We're gonna mount it on the wall over there.
Tell you.
We'll figure out the biggest one that we can get to put there. It'll overhang the
door?
The doors.
So we can't use the doors now.
Yeah.
We're just look at this giant
got the TV.
screen.
We stay in here.
Mm-hmm. No.
Home base.
Not a chance. I'll tell you, like, I have a real problem with having a TV that is, like, first of all, bigger than the piece of furniture it's sitting on. And second of all, more expensive and nicer than the furniture you're sitting on. Like, I have some rules, okay? And like, maybe I didn't tell you.
That's that'd be a big TV if it had to be bigger than the couch.
No, bigger than the thing it's sitting on. I mean, like, the thing it's sitting on needs to be bigger than a TV, okay? But, like, the couch needs to cost more money than the TV, okay? You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it did. I mean, we're seeing prices really come down on very, very reasonable and nice 4K, like 50 to 60 inch TVs,
Okay, and right now we are adhering to my formula, okay? Like, the TV is smaller than the thing it's sitting on.
Yep.
The TV costs $150 and the couch costs $300. So the TV is less than the couch. So we're still good. Now, if we go out and buy a TV that's bigger than the thing it's sitting on and more expensive than my couch, you know what that means, don't you?
I owe you a couch and a thing for the TV to sit on.
Not only that, we will have entered the white trash zone.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. That's horrible.
Then that's it. That's the formula.
Well, I still think we could really benefit from the vivid, smooth colors of a nice budget model, bigger television.
Well, to be continued.
At least you know
okay.
what to get me for the 4th of July.
Why would I buy you something for the 4th of July?
Wait, did St. Patrick's Day happen?
No.
Isn't that in February?
No. It's in March.
It is?
Yeah.
That's this month.
That's right. This is so silly because when I met you, you were all about St. Patrick's Day. So I met you in like, December, January, whatever. And then when March rolled around, you were like, it's my favorite holiday today. Like when we were at school.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh, what's
St.
that?
Patrick's Day is your favorite holiday? Why? Because you weren't wearing green.
Uh-huh.
And you didn't have any shamrocks on. And,
Probably had a red goatee, though.
You sure did. Anyway.
And very large, rippling biceps. No.
Oh, yeah. I got you on that.
Very large mutton chops.
Oh, I thought you were going to say balls.
Well, those too. But I don't think I showed them to you at school.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe once or twice.
All right.
Mutton chops. Yes, you're right. You mean sideburns? Yes, you did. Your sideburns were way too long.
Yeah.
And you had a bald head, basically. It was kind
Not
of a
that
crazy
I was
look.
balding, but just that it was
No.
buzzed, right?
You were just buzz cut because you were cutting your own hair.
Right, because I would never bald or visibly age in any way.
Oh, that's good because
Right.
because
Right?
I still look like I'm 19, don't I?
Yeah.
Actually, I hope I don't look like I looked when I was 19. But anyway,
Yeah.
so you said it was your favorite holiday, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what are you gonna do for St. Patrick's Day? And you're like, oh, I'm gonna drink all day.
That's so dumb.
Keep in mind, you just turned 18, and I was like,
How are you going to do that?
yeah.
That's impossible.
I don't remember what you said, but I was like, this is dumb.
That
Go
is
away.
dumb. I bought into the, I saw like a House of Pain video like a million times, and I was like, yeah.
Jump
Ireland.
around?
Yeah. Right?
House of Pain, they're not Irish people.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah. Hit us up on the socials if you have any inside scoops on that.
Okay.
We don't want to have to Google it.
No.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the TV,
Yeah.
have you heard of this YouTubes?
I have. Oh, I was talking with Patrick, who's been on the show.
Yes.
Before with Mackenzie.
Yes.
Like a couple weeks ago. And
a couple of weeks ago.
Right?
Like several months ago. Go ahead.
No. No, I talked to Patrick a couple weeks ago.
I gotcha.
Not
okay.
that they were on.
Okay.
Yeah, they were on a long ass time ago.
Okay, just making sure. Gotcha. Go ahead.
What were we talking about? What did
St.
you say?
Patrick's Day?
No. You made me lose my train of thought.
The YouTubes.
Damn it. Oh, yeah. That's right. So he was the first person that I heard about YouTube from.
Oh, really?
We were talking about that, and because I remember he was like, oh, no, man, it's this great site. It's YouTube, youtube.com or whatever, and, like, there's, like, every single Miles Davis, like, Tony Williams, like, Miles Davis quintet, like, performance and, like, album and everything on there. Like, you can find the craziest stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. And this was, like, 2000. I don't even know when YouTube started, but it seemed really early.
2004?
Like 2004, 2005.
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Like, I think he still lived down off Brandstetter, like, way down there.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he was the first person that told me about YouTube.
And did you go there and did you see all the Tony Williams and where's your mind blown?
You know what? I still have it on my list.
Well, I kind of feel like we already did that, but, I could be wrong. Like on VHS. Like, I feel like we watched that several times.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we watched it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we watched some stuff. But the point is that there's more.
Oh, there's always more.
Apparently, that you can watch. And I didn't.
I gotcha.
But, I found other cool stuff on there. Like, I don't know.
Kitty cats.
Yeah, cats.
Meow. Meow. Well, I didn't really get into
Why do you ask?
to the YouTubes for a little while, but
You didn't?
No.
Why not?
And then that stupid Charlie bit my finger business.
Is that what cracked it open for you?
Well, because somebody told the kids about it, and then they're like, "Oh, it's like a nap."
And that was all about Charlie biting fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, that was annoying. It was back when YouTube had one video, you know?
It's amazing I still have fingers at all.
Right, I know. So anyway, we've been dipping into the YouTube a little bit, like for, our viewing pleasure, instead of TV, which I still don't really consider YouTube TV, okay? Because I'm old.
Yeah.
But we've been watching some Oh Yeah Dude.
Yeah, I was away from Oh Yeah Dude for a little bit. I think it's like a comfort blanket thing. I've been like re-listening to Harmontown like from the beginning forward. That's like, over 300 episodes. I can't remember.
That's like 8 years worth of
stuttering and stammering and talking over people and like saying like the craziest shit in like the weirdest way that's hard to understand.
I mean, I take my hat off to those people because like they're doing it and they've done it, but Dan's stuttering is a deal breaker for me. I mean, I'm a real
bitch about stuttering.
Yeah, I got a real short fuse for that, and I apologize to all stutterers. But if I'm gonna listen to something for entertainment, yeah.
Maybe it's not Harmon for you.
It's not Harmon for me, no. Yeah. But I do laugh sometimes when
There's
I listen
no harm in a little Harmon. But anyway, yeah. So I've been primarily focusing all of my podcast attention on that.
Yeah.
Not branching out a whole lot, which is weird because there are some shows that I've listened to every single episode of originally, or I mean like religiously or whatever. But yeah, so anyway, watched a few Oh Yeah Dude episodes, and they had their 15-year anniversary episode that was like in February. And
that's really impressive.
844 shows or something like that.
And never missed a week? Is that what I heard?
They've like taken like breaks. Jonathan had to go to like Hawaii or something like that, a few times.
I get that.
Or maybe it was in like drug and alcohol rehab or I don't know what. But yeah. So man, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun, and like I don't know if any of you listened to Oh Yeah Dude, great show, favorite of mine, and it's amazing just to do something for 15 years, and like I would totally not be surprised if they were still doing it like 20 years from now.
As, me too.
Old men.
Well, it's just like part of their life at this point, and I understand that after you've done something like that for 15 years. Like, it would be really strange not to. Yeah. And that's good. That's when you know it's good. Because if you're like, after 15 years, I couldn't wait to stop. Yeah. Then that's when it's bad, And
they've never done ads or anything.
Yeah.
Actually, they did like 1 or 2 episodes. They had like a potential
really?
sponsor. I think maybe when they started videoing, like briefly.
Uh-huh.
And then
no more.
And then they're like, no, we're not doing that. Probably they asked them to do something they didn't want to do or whatever.
Right.
But completely like organic, like growth.
Oh yeah,
of a thing
for sure.
Because like they're not marketing geniuses.
They're not. They don't even have their own stuff. I mean, there's no. Oh yeah, dude. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. So. They're interesting, those guys. They're strange.
Seth's been on a tear. Seth Romatelli, one of the hosts, has been on a tear recently. Like, he is really funny.
Something about him moving to a new house. It made him more funny. And also...
It really lit a fire under his ass.
I gotta tell you, we are gonna have to call the Oh Yeah Dude hotline.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna have to tell those dudes that we have a podcast because I bet you that they're looking for new stuff to listen to.
Oh, yeah. I really doubt it. I don't think either of them listen to podcasts.
Seriously? At all? Are they like me? No, actually, I listened to a podcast today. Oh, so I only do it occasionally, but I'm pretty bad. Yeah. It's ironic, to make a podcast but not listen to it. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
When you know how the sausage is made, perhaps, it's not as exciting to get sausage.
Yeah.
So, speaking of eating sausage, have you heard about the stomach bacteria?
Yeah, I have heard about it.
The stomach bacteria is bad.
It is. Well, I think it's confusing, right?
Yeah.
Because there's like some good stomach bacteria that you want, that you need, that
of
helps
course.
like break down your food.
Yeah.
Then there's these other little grubbins that get in there and like put their little devil hooks into your stomach lining or whatever. They're like, fucking don't fuck up my tripe, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They're in there sawing away for 40 years.
Yeah, so I guess I got something going on in the old tum-tums.
Yeah.
But I'm taking like 8,000 pills every day now.
But you're feeling better, you said.
I have been feeling pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, maybe killing that old bacteria will do it for you.
Boy, I tell you what. I drank something I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
And holy shit, I felt terrible. You know, and it was one of those things that had like the fermentable sugars that I'm not supposed to do. But I was like, oh, I'll just have a little bit. Dude, fucked me up.
Oh, man.
I was like, I think I used to feel like this all the time.
Yeah, see? That's the thing. Is it's like if you feel like that all the time, then you don't even know anything's going on. Yeah, now you can compare.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that was kind of startling. Actually, I'm really glad I had that experience because it's like, oh, it's real.
Yeah, it is real. We don't live in the dark ages. You know, all these people that don't believe that, you know, germs exist and whatnot, viruses. I think that they're really holding on to those medieval times.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I get it.
The good old days, man.
I get it. You know, the swords and the, you know, like suits of armor and the maidens in distress. I understand, you know. It could be a romantic period, but
I've been there.
It's not a romantic period for germs. Those germs just ran wild back then. And that's why people died all the time.
Yeah, life expectancy was less than half of what it is now, right?
That's right. And it was because it couldn't see the germs.
Can't
Anyway.
see 'em, must not be there.
Let's all move forward, shall we? Into the present.
Let's build things up and not tear them down.
I like that.
That's a oh yeah, dude, rip off. So says that.
Also, I'm never going to give you up, and I'm never going to let you down.
Oh, are you rickrolling me actively right now? I guess so.
No comment. No comment.
It's an active shooter, active rickroll situation over here. Oh, shot through the heart. You're to blame.
Oh, well, speaking of amazing music.
Yeah.
Like Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Did we have like a song of the week?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's
okay.
talk about the song of the week.
What's the song of the week?
This week, we picked another selection from the COVID-19 rejects list.
Yeah.
And these were songs that just didn't make that original cut, but they're still really good.
What was the last one?
So. What
was the last one?
1979.
Oh, okay. And that was on the reject?
No, I lied. That was just my pick because I learned to play it on the bass.
Oh, okay.
That was not on that
close
playlist.
Enough. It was on the album that another one that we considered that was on the
Okay, so I fudged. List. All right.
Okay.
I fudged.
All right, we're going to let it go this time.
Mr. Just the Facts over here. Anyway.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hallelujah. Your journalism background sometimes gets to me, I have to tell you. Fact checker. Anyway,
fact checker. You fact checker.
Does that sound terrible?
That sounds great. Oh man, like that's when you know that your society has reached like very critical, like bad, like death mass.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. If like fact checker is a insult. Oh, you fucking fact checker.
That's like saying when we were kids, oh, you're a fucking narc. I mean, it's the same difference.
Yeah, checking facts and
telling on people with drugs. I mean, how rude.
Ratting out motherfuckers with crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the song of the week.
Back to reality.
Yeah. So I picked this one, and you agreed.
I totally agreed.
And this week's song of the week is My Wave by Soundgarden.
Yes. Off of their 1994 release, Super Unknown. The biggest record that they'd ever had.
It was really good. And like, I'm not even a Soundgarden fan, but I can listen to that album pretty much all the way through.
Yeah. It's got some good ones on there.
Yeah.
Like, we revisited it earlier.
We
today.
did. Yeah, to review.
Both in the studio and in the car on a little outing. And fuck, man. Yeah, it's you just got to listen to it, man.
It holds up, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I think so. I mean,
it's certainly their best album, but that song is really good, and it's like, man, keep it off my wave, you know?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you guys even surf?
No.
I mean,
yeah, I think if you're from Seattle, you don't surf. I mean,
Charlie don't surf, you know?
So, I like every time I hear his voice, you know, Chris Cornell,
Mm-hmm.
I always think of like gospel singing or like church.
Okay.
So he is like the grunge equivalent of like the lead gospel singer in a gospel church. You know, that does the runs and all that.
Oh, yeah, like the soloist.
Yes, the soloist, and then the choir backs them up.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I think of this album. And I know that sounds really strange because it's very dark and it's very like, you know, crunchy and grungy or whatever. But his voice is just like, it's strange. It's like otherworldly in a way.
Well, it's weird because like I was thinking about this earlier too. Like, so there's other, you know, bands that like hit big in the same era. There's like Pearl Jam. There's Stone Temple Pilots,
right,
or whatever. But it's like the sound of those records. I don't know. There's still some good tracks, you know, on both and either. But like right around that time, 92 to 94, like Super Unknown came out in 94.
Yeah.
But like the first Stone Temple Pilots was like 92.
Yep.
And like I think Van Halen. I think they released Panama in like 1996.
I mean, we were talking about that, though.
But they'd actually had, you know, done a demo of it way back in like 87, you know?
We were talking about how butt rock and grunge were happening at the same time and how weird that would be. So I'm sure that screws you up. But yeah, I think what you meant to say is that Core came out in 92 and then Red Hot Chili Peppers came out in like 92. And there was a weird like butting of heads, I think, that happened.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that like the Soundgarden record, for my money, holds up better than Core.
I agree.
It sounds
more sophisticated.
Just way more contemporary.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a fair comparison because there's a 2-year difference, and that was like a big 2 years
that's
with
true.
Like Nirvana.
Yeah.
And all the other guys.
Yeah, like 94 was the height, and then Kurt Cobain killed himself. So, yeah. So that was kind of the downward spiral. No pun intended. Anyway, I like this song because it's like pretending to kind of be mellow and hippie-ish. Like, you know, you just do what you want, and you just do you know.
Yeah, the chorus is really like kind of smooth and like.
Da, 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 and then
it's got a great riff, man. That opening riff.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
But it's like, you do what you want unless you fuck with my shit. And then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And I kind of subscribe to that, you know?
Yeah.
So this is right up my alley.
It seems kind of like similar to how surfers have been portrayed.
Yeah.
Like in Point Break, you know, where like it's like, don't get in, don't come onto my turf, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And like, we're gonna fist fight in the water. Like,
yeah.
remember when Kanye like gets punched while he's like trying to learn to surf? He's like, oh, fucking wiped out, man.
Yeah, I sure do.
I remember it vividly because it's, well, let's not get off on a, you know, tangent.
Oh, no, let's
not. Keep it tight.
I mean, if we didn't get off on tangents, this wouldn't be a show.
There wouldn't be a show.
Yeah. I mean, it is a show for no one. So we can get off on all the tangents that we want
sure.
to.
Free associate, man, for sure.
Yeah. So,
yeah. So, like, I remember, I think I remember, like, listening to this album for the first time right around when Kurt Cobain killed himself or whatever.
Wow.
And, like, I was going over and, like, playing guitar, kind of, like, jamming with this kid who was, like, maybe a couple years older and had, like, a sister with, like, really pale skin and red hair. It was super weird.
Were these your neighbors?
His name was Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
I haven't thought about him, until today. For like the last 28 years or however long it's been. But I think that's where I heard the news, or maybe he turned like MTV on and they were talking about it, and like the Kurt Cobain, like people were having vigils and stuff like that, and like.
Yeah, well, I heard about it at school, because it was on. We had news every day we had to watch.
Yeah,
and it was called like Channel 1, cool news.
Oh, at school? Yeah. Like, hey, this is the cool news.
Yeah,
man.
It's the cool news.
The news anchor like spins the chair around and sits on it backwards and is like, you know what?
Yeah, it was like MTV News for real news, though. It was like teenagers will listen to this if we make it look like MTV. But it was, I hated it. Anyway, they had a whole, obviously, announcement about it. First thing in the goddamn morning. So everybody, like, lost their shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Were people, like, crying and crawling through the halls and stuff?
People are definitely crying. I was not, because I had never, like, listened to an entire Nirvana song at that point. And I'd never listened to Soundgarden. Yeah. I mean, I was like, rock's not for me, people. Okay.
Yeah, you were all about, like, what, Vivaldi and Paul Simon?
I was all about Paul Simon and classical and, like, Tony Bennett. And, yeah, I was, like, on this real weird kick where I was like, I'm better than that, man. I don't need rock. That's like dumb.
If you had vocal training, like, lessons, like, you know, early on or whatever, and didn't get, like, totally fucking... I want to say cock blocked, but that's not the right word, but like just fucked up by your parents.
Like, I like imagining that life, but go ahead.
Yeah, you would be like one of those weird chicks who's like, I don't know, you'd be like not as good like Tori Amos.
Not as good. Thanks. That's nice, man.
Well, I mean, like in the musical genre, I'm saying like maybe you like you're a hard worker. You worked at it, like you attained a certain level of technical ability and stuff. Like maybe you auditioned for like The Voice or something like that, and you kind of had that weird like, oh, I'm the cool jazzy chick, like
Fiona Apple,
the new Amy
Winehouse
or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think at the time I wanted to be like Marilyn Monroe or something, like a nightclub singer. Like that was my dream. Yeah. You know, I didn't even think about making it weird at that point. It was just all about making it, pretty.
Did you like Lisa Loeb?
Not at the time.
Because why?
I just thought that was dumb.
Hated the glasses?
Just thought the whole thing was dumb. Like
say?
Yeah, I didn't like any of that stuff.
Okay. What about, you liked Fiona Apple?
Yeah.
No, you don't really.
I did.
Okay.
But that was later. That was much later.
But you hate Tori Amos, right?
I do.
And like, you basically hate all women, right? Is that?
That's not true. Man, don't give me a bad rap. You of all people should know better. Shame on you.
I'm sorry. I just succumbed to your dominant female energy.
I love it. I love it. That's it's part of our steez.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I guess if I was to talk about any nostalgia for the time, I guess we already kind of did. There's a few stories there, but like, 94 was a big year, man.
Yeah, it was a big year.
A lot of stuff happened that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think in my memory it was sort of like 2020, but it wasn't anyways close to that.
94?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there were terrorist things, right? Like, when was the World Trade Center?
It was 93. It was right before I went there.
And like, Oklahoma City and all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, it was a weird year for me too because I was living in LA at the time.
Oh wow, were you really?
I was. I was tall, dark, and handsome. I happened to be working for the LAPD SWAT team, and I got into this crazy situation.
I'm listening.
On this, like somebody said, like pop quiz hot shot on the phone, and I got into this situation with this individual where I had to be on this bus. And the bus couldn't drop its speed below 55, or the bomb explodes. Get this.
Wow. I mean, what are you gonna do?
So there was but the crazy thing is there was this really spunky kind of I'm kind of like a. There was this lady.
Okay.
On the bus, and she was sort of like
bossy.
I was kind of like
bossy. Is that the word they're looking for?
She was kind of she was kind of a Karen.
Oh,
to use today's, parlance.
What the kids are saying.
But I don't know. There was something about her,
And
so she had to take a turn driving the bus, and she did this cool move where she jumped the bus over a empty space of freeway ramps.
Ooh,
or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate it when I run into those.
Hell of a driver. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I mean, that I guess if I was to think about 94, a lot of things stick out in my memory about it. Some of the stuff we talked about, with the albums and stuff.
And you being in LA was kind of the main thing.
It was me. Yeah, that's the main thing I think of.
And you were 15, and you were on that bus.
Oh yeah, and I was on the LAPD SWAT.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were. I forgot that part.
I can't remember. How does he end up on the bus?
I don't know. He just gets on the bus because he's gonna go somewhere.
But he's LAPD, man. Shouldn't he have a?
Whose car broke down or whatever the fuck?
I don't know if he. No, I think he had to get onto the bus forcefully.
I want to watch this again. Actually, that's what I think we should watch as Speed.
Okay,
don't
tonight.
You think? Hell yeah, man!
Okay.
Don't tell me it's midnight. Turn the goddamn TV on.
Yeah, so that time back then when I was KNU.
Yeah. Are you nostalgic for it?
Yeah.
Is it
Sometimes I even want to go back there.
Is it because of the biceps?
Yes. The rippling biceps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going back to 94, but only if you were there.
I was there, man.
What? I wasn't with you.
Well, you would be my Sandra Bullock, duh.
Okay. I'd be that kid, your neighbor kid that you play guitar with.
He wasn't a neighbor. He lived all the way across town. It was just a homeschool person that I knew. He was also into playing guitar. And then this other friend of ours, also named Jonathan, which makes me think both of them were not named Jonathan, probably, in all actuality, because that'd be pretty weird. But he came up with a song on the guitar called Chunky Stew.
This sounds familiar.
Sounds gross, huh?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. It wasn't very good. But it was Chunky Stew.
Right.
Yeah. And if I'm going to sit down to a bowl of Chunky Stew with anyone,
ew,
it's going to be you, babe.
Do I have to?
Well, it can have chunks of stuff you like.
Like ice cream?
Pastrami.
I do like pastrami.
That is weird. We're going to have to get into that on the next episode.
Stay tuned.
Yes. And, yeah, so a true potpourri happened. Can
Hallelujah. Yep. I smell it a mile away.
Me too.
Yeah, dude.
And I love you, babe.
Love you too.